Did you know that some of the very foods you think are healthy might actually be quietly working against your well-being, especially after you turn 65? It's a surprising truth that many of us simply aren't aware of. Yet, it can have a profound impact on how we feel every single day. Imagine waking up feeling sluggish, battling persistent aches, or struggling with your digestion, all while believing you're making the best food choices. Many seniors experience this painful reality, feeling their vitality drain away, attributing it to age alone, when in fact, certain common vegetables could be contributing to their discomfort and even accelerating a decline in their health. The secret isn't about ditching vegetables altogether. They're incredibly important, but about understanding which ones and how they might be affecting you now that your body has different needs. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 specific vegetables that, for many over 65, can lead to serious health decline if not approached with caution. We'll dive into why they might be problematic and what simple adjustments you can make to feel better, have more energy, and live more vibrantly. This isn't about fear, it's about empowerment through knowledge. So, stay with me, because watching to the end will reveal something that might just surprise you and change the way you look at your plate forever. Let's start right away with the first group of vegetables that might be causing you more harm than good, especially if you're over 65 and that's the cruciferous family. We're talking about your broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and kale. Now, before you gasp, let me be clear, these are incredibly nutrient-dense foods, packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber. For most people, they are powerhouses of health, but for many seniors, particularly when consumed raw or in large quantities, they can become quite problematic. The reason lies in their unique composition. Cruciferous vegetables contain complex sugars called arabinose and compounds known as glucosinolates. While these compounds are beneficial for fighting disease and supporting detoxification, they require a specific digestive enzyme that many older adults start to produce less of over time. When these sugars aren't properly broken down in the small intestine, they travel to the large intestine where gut bacteria ferment them. This fermentation process produces a significant amount of gas, leading to uncomfortable bloating, cramping, and even abdominal pain. Imagine planning a lovely day out, only to be constantly distracted by a gurgling stomach or a tight, uncomfortable feeling in your abdomen. It's not just a minor inconvenience, it can significantly impact your quality of life, making you hesitant to socialize or enjoy your favorite activities, beyond the immediate discomfort. There's another consideration, particularly with raw cruciferous vegetables. They contain compounds called goitrogens, which, in very large amounts and especially when raw, can interfere with thyroid function. For most people with healthy thyroids, this isn't an issue, especially if the vegetables are cooked. Cooking helps to deactivate these goitrogenic compounds. However, if you already have an underactive thyroid or are on thyroid medication, consistently consuming large quantities of raw kale or cabbage in your daily smoothie or salad might exacerbate an existing condition without you even realizing it. The key here isn't to eliminate them entirely, but to be mindful of how you prepare them and how your body reacts. Instead of a huge raw kale salad, try lightly steaming or roasting your broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Cooking breaks down some of those difficult-to-digest compounds, making them much gentler on your digestive system. Think about those times you've had a big bowl of coleslaw or a raw veggie platter and felt that familiar rumbling afterwards. It's your body giving you a clear signal. Pay attention to it. Small adjustments, like thoroughly cooking these vegetables until they're tender, can make all the difference, allowing you to still reap their nutritional benefits without the uncomfortable side effects. And if you consistently feel bloated or gassy after eating them, even when cooked, it might be a sign that your digestive system simply needs a break from them, or that you need to reduce your portion size significantly. It's about listening to your body's unique language as you age and adjusting your diet to support its changing needs. Understanding this first category is a big step towards reclaiming your comfort and digestive peace. Now, let's move on to the next group of vegetables that might be silently contributing to your discomfort. Next on our list are the nightshade vegetables: potatoes, tomatoes, bell peppers, and eggplant. Now, this category is often a hot topic, and for good reason. For many people, nightshades are perfectly healthy and a staple in their diet. However, for a significant number of individuals, particularly those over 65 who might be dealing with inflammatory conditions like arthritis, joint pain, or autoimmune issues. Nightshades can sometimes exacerbate their symptoms. The controversy around nightshades stems from compounds they contain called alkaloids, specifically solanine, which is most prominent in potatoes, especially green ones, and tomatine in tomatoes. While these alkaloids are a natural defense mechanism for the plants, some people's bodies react to them by triggering an inflammatory response. Imagine waking up with stiff, aching joints, feeling that dull throb in your knees or hands, and struggling to understand why it's worse some days than others. For many, that hidden culprit could be the beloved tomato sauce or the roasted potatoes they enjoyed the night before. It's not a universal truth for everyone, but if you consistently find your joint pain flaring up, or your digestive issues worsening after consuming nightshades, it's worth exploring. Think about it. How many times have you been told that potatoes are a healthy side dish? Or that tomatoes are full of antioxidants, and they are. But for sensitive individuals, the very compounds that make them unique can also be problematic. For example, if you have rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis, and you notice your pain levels increase after a meal heavy in spaghetti sauce or a potato-filled stew, it might not be a coincidence. The link isn't fully understood scientifically for everyone, but countless anecdotal reports suggest a strong connection for some individuals. The challenge is that nightshades are everywhere in the Western diet. They're in ketchup, pizza, chili, stews, curries, and roasted vegetable medleys. So, identifying a sensitivity can be tricky because they're so pervasive. The best way to determine if nightshades are contributing to your discomfort is an elimination diet. Try removing all nightshade vegetables from your diet for 2 to 3 weeks. Pay close attention to your body during this time. Do your joints feel less stiff? Does your gut feel calmer? Do you have more energy? If you notice a significant improvement, then slowly reintroduce one nightshade vegetable at a time and observe your reaction. For instance, start with a small serving of cooked tomatoes and see how you feel over the next 48 hours. If symptoms return, you've found a potential trigger. If not, try bell peppers, and so on. This approach helps you pinpoint exactly which nightshades, if any, affect you. It's not about giving up all nightshades forever if you don't need to, but about gaining clarity and empowering yourself to make informed dietary choices that support your comfort and reduce inflammation. Remember, your body is constantly communicating with you. It's up to us to learn its language, especially as we navigate the changes that come with aging. Understanding this link can be a profound step towards managing chronic pain and feeling more vibrant. Now, let's explore another seemingly innocent vegetable that might be causing unexpected issues. Moving on, let's talk about corn. Now, you might be thinking, corn, but it's so common. And you're right, it is. But for many seniors, especially when consumed in large quantities or in its processed forms, corn can be surprisingly problematic. The main issue with corn for older adults often revolves around its digestibility and its potential impact on blood sugar levels. Corn, particularly the kind found in processed foods like high fructose corn syrup, corn oil, and even many corn-based snacks, is often highly refined. Even whole kernel corn can be tricky. While it contains fiber, much of that fiber is insoluble, meaning it passes through your digestive system largely undigested. For a digestive system that might already be slowing down or struggling with efficiency, this can lead to uncomfortable symptoms like bloating, gas, and even constipation or diarrhea for some individuals. Imagine feeling constantly weighed down, your stomach churning, or experiencing irregular bowel movements, and not understanding why. Corn could very well be a silent contributor. Furthermore, corn, despite being a vegetable, is relatively high in starches that convert quickly to sugar in the bloodstream. For individuals over 65 who might already be grappling with insulin resistance, prediabetes, or full-blown type 2 diabetes, a large serving of corn on the cob, or even seemingly innocent corn chips, can cause significant spikes in blood sugar. These rapid fluctuations can leave you feeling tired, sluggish, and contribute to long-term health complications. It's not just about avoiding obvious sugars. It's about understanding how different foods impact your unique metabolism now. You might have been able to eat corn freely in your younger years, but as your body changes, so too does its ability to process certain carbohydrates efficiently. Another point to consider with corn is that a vast majority of the corn grown in many countries, especially the United States, is genetically modified GMO. While the scientific community generally considers GMO foods safe, some individuals experience adverse reactions or prefer to avoid them due to concerns about pesticides and their long-term health effects. For a sensitive gut or an aging immune system, these factors can add another layer of potential irritation. So, if you're finding yourself feeling inexplicably fatigued after meals or struggling with digestive upset, try reducing your intake of corn and corn-based products. Pay attention to labels, as corn derivatives are hidden in many packaged foods. Opt for whole, unprocessed foods. And if you do enjoy corn occasionally, choose organic, non-GMO varieties and consume them in moderation. Listen to how your body responds. It's about being an active participant in your health journey, rather than just passively accepting discomfort as a part of aging. Next up, let's discuss raw onions and garlic. Now, these are the foundation of flavor in so many cuisines, and they possess incredible health benefits, from immune support to cardiovascular health. However, for a surprising number of seniors, especially when consumed raw or in large quantities, onions and garlic can be a significant source of digestive distress. The culprit here is a group of fermentable carbohydrates known as FODMAPs, fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols. Both onions and garlic, particularly raw, are high in fructans, a type of FODMAP, for many people, especially those with irritable bowel syndrome IBS or a generally sensitive gut. These fructans are poorly absorbed in the small intestine. They then travel to the large intestine where they are fermented by gut bacteria, leading to exactly what we discussed earlier: excessive gas, bloating, abdominal pain, and either constipation or diarrhea. Imagine enjoying a fresh salad with crisp raw onion, or a bruschetta loaded with raw garlic, and then spending the next few hours feeling like your stomach is a balloon about to pop. This isn't just uncomfortable. It can be downright painful and embarrassing. As we age, our digestive systems can become less resilient, making us more susceptible to these kinds of sensitivities. What might have been fine in your younger years can now become a significant source of discomfort. The good news is that cooking onions and garlic can significantly reduce their FODMAP content, making them much easier to tolerate for many individuals. So, instead of raw garlic in your dressing or raw onion on your burger, try sautéing them until they're soft and translucent. This simple cooking process helps break down those problematic fructans. You still get much of the flavor and many of the health benefits, without the severe digestive aftermath. It's a small change that can lead to a world of difference in your daily comfort. If you've been battling persistent digestive issues, and you find yourself frequently using raw onions or garlic, try making this switch for a few weeks and observe the changes in your gut health. It might just be the simple adjustment you've been looking for. Now, let's turn our attention to spinach and rhubarb, specifically when consumed in very large, raw quantities. Both of these are lauded for their nutritional profiles: spinach for its iron and vitamins, rhubarb for its fiber and unique flavor. However, they are also very high in oxalates, natural compounds that can be problematic for some individuals, particularly seniors. Oxalates, when consumed in excess, can bind with calcium in the digestive tract, potentially reducing the absorption of this vital mineral, which is already a concern for many older adults. More significantly, for individuals prone to kidney stones, a diet very high in oxalates can contribute to their formation. Imagine trying to boost your iron intake with daily, large spinach smoothies, only to inadvertently put yourself at risk for painful kidney stones or worsen your calcium absorption. It's a classic example of a seemingly healthy choice having an unintended consequence when not approached with awareness. While most people can handle moderate amounts of oxalates, if you have a history of kidney stones, or if your doctor has advised you to watch your oxalate intake. Then large. Raw servings of spinach or rhubarb might be something you need to significantly reduce or avoid. Cooking spinach can help reduce its oxalate content, as some oxalates leach out into the cooking water. So, instead of a gigantic raw spinach salad every day, consider lightly steaming your spinach or incorporating it into cooked dishes. Rhubarb is almost always cooked before consumption, which is good. But if you have kidney stone issues, even cooked rhubarb in pies or crumbles should be consumed in moderation. This isn't about villainizing these nutritious foods, but rather understanding their unique chemical composition and how it interacts with an aging body, especially if you have pre-existing conditions. Always check with your doctor if you have concerns about kidney stones or mineral absorption. But being mindful of these high oxalate vegetables is a proactive step in managing your health. Finally, we come to a vegetable that many find delicious but can be incredibly hard on the digestive system for some seniors: artichokes. Artichokes, particularly the hardened leaves, are packed with fiber, prebiotics, and antioxidants, making them excellent for gut health for many. However, like onions and garlic, they are also very high in certain FODMAPs, specifically fructans. While these prebiotics feed beneficial gut bacteria for sensitive individuals, especially those over 65 who might have a slower or more sensitive digestive tract, the rapid fermentation of these compounds can lead to considerable discomfort. We're talking about significant bloating, gas, and abdominal pain that can last for hours. Imagine looking forward to a lovely meal featuring a beautiful steamed artichoke, only to feel distended and uncomfortable for the rest of the evening. For some, the benefits of the prebiotics are overshadowed by the immediate, painful side effects. While artichokes are wonderful for promoting a healthy gut biome for some, for others, particularly those with diagnosed IBS or general digestive sensitivities that often increase with age, they can be a real trigger. It's not a question of whether the food itself is bad. It's about whether your unique digestive system, at this stage of life, can process it without protest. If you've noticed that after eating artichokes, whether steamed, grilled, or even in a dip, you experience noticeable digestive distress, it's worth considering whether this otherwise healthy vegetable might be one you need to scale back on or eliminate. It's often about finding a balance and understanding your individual tolerance levels. Don't feel guilty about avoiding a food if your body consistently tells you it doesn't agree with it. Your comfort and well-being are paramount. Listening to these subtle signals from your body is one of the most empowering things you can do for your health as you get older. So, we've explored 7 vegetables that, while generally healthy, can pose specific challenges for seniors over 65 if not approached with caution. We talked about the gas and bloating from cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cabbage, especially when raw, due to their complex sugars and goitrogenic compounds. Then we delved into nightshades, potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, and eggplant, and their potential to exacerbate inflammation and joint pain for sensitive individuals. We looked at corn, which can be hard to digest for some and cause blood sugar spikes due to its starch content, especially in its processed forms. We also discussed raw onions and garlic, which are rich in FODMAPs, leading to uncomfortable gas and bloating for many with sensitive guts. And finally, we covered high oxalate vegetables like large raw spinach servings and rhubarb, which can be an issue for kidney stone sufferers or impact calcium absorption. And artichokes, another high FODMAP culprit that can lead to significant digestive upset. The journey to feeling your best is about becoming an expert on your own body. It's about listening to the subtle cues it sends you after every meal. Remember, small changes can truly make a big difference in your health and happiness. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight, but gradually experimenting with these insights can unlock a new level of comfort and vitality. Try reducing portions, altering cooking methods, or temporarily eliminating one of these vegetables at a time to see how you feel. Your goal isn't to live a life devoid of flavor or nutrition, but to discover what truly nourishes your unique body as you age. I hope this conversation has given you some valuable insights and empowered you to make more informed choices about what you put on your plate. Your experiences are incredibly valuable. So please share your thoughts or any vegetables you found problematic for yourself in the comments below. What changes have you made that have made a positive difference in your health? Your insights could help countless others in our community. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It truly helps me create more content like this to support you on your journey to vibrant aging. And remember, every day is an opportunity to make choices that support your well-being. Live your best life at every age. You deserve to feel fantastic.